White flag, one more lap to go, and then it's going to be Caleb Wood on the inside, Jacob Dykstra on the outside, a couple of fierce competitors. So much young talent in our Crete Sprint Car division here at the Big O. The field stacked tight down the back straightaway, nose to tail, 12 rows deep. Double green flag in the air from Kyle McKenzie, and we're underway in this 20-lap sprint car feature event. Paul Ballantyne with a tough run through turn number 1, went up the racetrack, lost a bunch of track position. He is almost all the way out of the top 20. Out in front is Caleb Wood with the lead, but here goes Jacob Dykstra to the inside, down the back straightaway in that black number 5. Dykstra darts out to the front, right to the bottom of the racetrack. Clinton Jeffrey.
Dykstra with a good lead down into turn number 1. Him and Caleb Wood have pulled away from Brian Anicoke, but watch the 12 of Brad Herron. Each time through turn 1, that time he was, and it's Lucas Smith this time that gets the bad hop. So does Mike Thorne, and they have to chase it up the track in turn 2.
Losing a lot of track position are those two. I had my eye on Hannah Farrell in that 4 machine. She had cut a couple of good corners, working her way towards the front. Now she's down on the bottom of Jesse Costa as they race down the back straightaway for the 4th and 5th positions.
Jacob Dykstra with a massive lead over Caleb Wood, a full straightaway out front right now. Lucas Smith slow on the back straightaway.
Wow, that could have been disaster.
He's got a broken right rear suspension on the 49L.
You know, I would imagine every bone in your body wants you to turn up towards the wall or hit the brakes, and the wise driver holds the wheel straight.
Well, problem back here for Lucas Smith. The right rear has collapsed on it. They're working on it here in the pit area, trying to figure out what's wrong. The torsion stop has come off. He's 30 seconds in, Adam, I'm told, and the microphone working well. We're right back here in the work area.
Yeah, that's a first. That's awesome. I shouldn't say that's a first, but so many difficulties, you never know where those mics are going to work. Who does he have working on the car back there, Clint?
He's got a full host of teams here. We're actually trying to send a camera feed back to Spencer here on the front side.
Because they're not the most experienced of sprint car crews, so these sort of things can be tricky to diagnose and then fix in the 2 minutes they're given in the work area. But we know that all sorts of race teams like to jump in, so we're having a look at the team working away, and yeah, it's a pretty...
You cannot just roll out. You've got to be brought out. And tough break for the guy who came into tonight, second place in the points, Lucas Smith, with a big drop in the points tonight.
Possibly. Green flag is out. We'll see what happens on this lap. Right now, Lucas Smith still on the lead lap. Caleb Wood up the racetrack. Brian Anicoke gets around him. So does Jesse Costa in the 52.
Jacob Dykstra on that Lakeshore Catholic Schools rolling out here. And Lucas Smith just rolled out here. Not sure how they're going to deal with that one.
No, that's interesting. I guess if you don't know the rule, and neither does the push truck driver. Green flag is still out as Jacob Dykstra out in front of Jesse Costa by about 20 car lengths. Nearly half a straightaway the advantage for young Jacob Dykstra.
Huge advantage for Jacob Dykstra, but Jesse Costa's been the man to beat all year long, Adam, and he's striking his way up to the top of the podium again.
Would never rule out that young man. He's shown so much promise as Caleb Wood off the racetrack in turn number 2 and off the banking. Whoa, and we've got one around Brian Anicoke in the 9. Everyone able to avoid.
Well, I mean, I got to say our crew does a great job of calling it out. They call out 2 minutes from the time he gets there. Then it's a minute and a half, minute 30. And then even I was over there yelling at them saying, if you don't go now, you cannot go. And then we drove away, and apparently the 49 wheeled back out. But Jacob Dykstra's got his high school. Just finished grade 9 sponsoring him, Adam. He's proud to drive this 5D with Lakeshore Catholic Gators on the side. Let's see if he can bring one home.
Jesse Costa to the inside, down into turn number 1, but Dykstra's getting such a great run off the outside. He'll pull away down the back straightaway.
Jacob Dykstra has been looking good on the Action Sprint Tour as well. Grabbed a podium in the last race down at Humberstone. He works his way up to the high side, looking smooth and clear. Looked like the mud cover just came off the right rear of Jesse Costa, but that won't slow him down unless he gets it packed with mud.
Man, oh man, I was looking the other direction at a great battle deeper in the field when you shouted, and I found myself looking in every direction to find out what was going on. Some great battles deeper in the field.
Dykstra with a huge lead out front of Jesse Costa. The laps cannot go away fast enough for the Dykstra crew. You can bet on that. Holly Porter gets an inside run on Hannah Farrell and will take away the 4th position.
I thought Hannah Farrell was running the bottom better than anybody else, but Holly Porter just...
Yellow's out for AJ Lewis up on the outside of turn 1 and 2. Tough break for AJ Lewis. Gorgeously prepared. Instapanels 24A. Came slow down the front straightaway. Wheeled up to a limp spot here on the outside of turn number 1.
12 laps complete of the 20-lap scheduled distance.
As we were mentioning, young Jacob Dykstra just finished grade 9 at Lakeshore Catholic.
Josh Hansen's a teenager. DJ Christie's a teenager. I mean, pretty impressive to see these young people driving these race cars.
Aren't you the same age as Hunsinger?
Yep.
Here we go. Green is out. I think I got you both by a couple. On round 1 and 2, it is Jacob Dykstra again on the loud one, but Jesse Costa ripping down the backstretch, trying to catch him up, but look now, here comes Holly Porter.
Yeah, Holly Porter working the bottom as Brian Nanacoke has problems. He goes real slow off the bank. He gets the car back in the right direction onto the back straightaway, so we will stay under green. But Jacob Dykstra, again, he's got that great line through 1 and 2 on these restarts. It just launches him about 10 car lengths ahead of the rest of the field.
6 laps to go for the grade 9 student. Or 10 now, I guess, as he makes it down the back straightaway. 3/4 of the straightaway advantage out front of Jesse Costa, who's now got Holly Porter challenging on the inside.
Sean Evans almost made it 3 wide up the middle of that 87 machine last lap. That was something to watch as Jacob Dykstra continues to lead the way. Oh, and problems for Caleb Wood in the 70 is slowed up on the backstretch.
Caleb Wood was running so good in this one, and now he's got problems on the outside of turn number 3 down the back straightaway. Safety crew on the make, all ready to find out what's wrong with the Wood 7. Is it going to be a mechanical problem, or could it have just popped out of gear?
All the rear bite they can, standing those rear wings up.
Yeah, that's one of the adjustments they can make. If you're new here to sprint cars, they can adjust.
The wing has more pitch to it than anybody else on the racetrack, and I don't know if that's driver preference or if it's just the paint scheme of that black car with the bright orange wing.
Well, you look at the car that's got it jacked up the highest right now. It looks like Jacob Dykstra, and he's out in front leading, so might be working.
Well, whatever he's doing, that's what I want to do. Except for the grade 9 part.
I'd go back to grade 9 in a heartbeat. Oh, Dykstra hits the hole in one, but it doesn't faze him. He keeps his foot in it and will roll around. Adam, the leader's nose wing is down. The nose wing is down on the Dykstra 5D. Let's see if this poses handling problems for the youngster.
4 laps to go, and Ryan Hunsinger sort of popped up on this restart. He's working his way towards the front there, and yep, I'm not going to mention any more names because he just slid off the end of turn 1.
Dykstra on the prowl. He brings it off of turn 4. 3 laps to go for young Jacob Dykstra as he tries to grab his first ever feature win in the crates and possibly everything.
Problem in turn number 4 for Caleb Wood. Once again, let's see if Dykstra can avoid it. The yellow flag going to come out, and that's not what Jacob Dykstra wanted. Ryan Hunsinger with some problems as well on that 43, and the reason I say that, up to speed, Clinton, I believe, and a more experienced sprint car person can argue with me, but I believe that nose wing only really affects you on corner entry and just into the middle of the turn. Then it's almost entirely stagger and top wing.
I'm not sure what would affect him the most, but either way, he's looking good. It didn't look to slow him down too much, and I guess the big thing working for Jacob Dykstra's advantage right now is he has been so fast. He could probably come around 3 and 4. Jacob Dykstra trying to hold off the point leader. Can he do it for his first ever feature win? We got 3 to go.
Like a veteran, rolls the car down the banking to get that big jump straight to the outside, the same line he's been running all night long, and drives away from Jesse Costa.
What a run here for Jacob Dykstra. 2 to go for the high school student out of Port Colborne. And Sean Evans coming into the mix now, trying to grab one of the podium positions.
Well, and this is great for Jacob Dykstra. Let them duke it out for second, third, fourth. Everyone else can battle it out. He's out in front with the white flag in the air.
Last time into turn 1 and 2. Gotta just bring it back home around. Holly Porter up underneath Sean Evans with a slide job. What a battle, but the leader, Jacob Dykstra, bring it home at him.
One more time through 3 and 4, the grade 9 graduate, Jacob Dykstra takes the win. Costa to second, third goes to Sean Evans, Porter fourth, Aaron Turkey fifth from the B main, Hannah Farrell in sixth, DJ Christie in seventh, and there's Brad Herron, Josh Hansen, Derek Lemaire in the 56th. But how about this young man from Port Colborne driving the Lakeshore? Is it Lakeshore Gators or Lakeside Gators? Either way, it's Gators on the top of that race.
Victory lane, 15-year-old Jacob Dykstra. Well, how about a fans you like that? Let me hear ya. Jake, what a run for you tonight. I mean, you needed to be a veteran out there. You had many restarts to go through. Talk about what was going through your head the last 3 cautions there.
I just seen Costa come underneath me during a caution. I was like, oh, hopefully he just can't get around me. I was like freaking out a little bit, but we got the win, so we're good. Let's
talk about what your dad did for you to help kind of put his career on hold to get you in this car. It's paid off tonight. Talk about what it means for the family to get this one done.
It means a lot. Dad gave up his career doing this so I can race, so I'm just glad that we're actually here.
Well, you've been working on your interviews because I had you speechless at Humberstone a few weeks ago. One more time, who do you want to thank? Anybody else?
I'd just like to thank all my sponsors, Tim Bloncaire, Pan Abrasives, Lakeshore Catholic High School, and I would especially like to thank all my fans and everything, and I wouldn't be here without my dad.
15 years old, ladies and gentlemen. He's a crate winner here at Ohsweken. Problem that got Dylan Westbrook last week with the mud in the right rear, especially the way you were running, but you managed to get here on the podium, and that's a good, solid night.
Yeah, usually we don't really run the bottom, but it worked pretty good, and I didn't really have anything for Jacob up top. I kept hitting that hole and getting me out of shape, but congratulations to them. It's nice to see them win. I want to thank my sponsors, John Vanderwees from Best Safety Training, and all of them for coming out tonight, Matt Wells and Andy Wells, Wells Foundry, Mark Phelan, Brian from Welders Millwrights Incorporated, and D&O Towing, my crew, my girlfriend, my parents, and all the fans for coming out. We wouldn't be here without you guys.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, Jesse Costa extending his point lead tonight. Here on the concrete, that's what counts because those are the nights that are going to put you in championship contention. Can you be happy with the third tonight?
I mean, I'm happy I'm here, but I'm not happy. I think a couple more laps, I had some stuff for both of them, but it is what it is. They run a good race. I'm glad to see Jacob get a win. That's pretty cool. He's pretty happy, and you know, it was a tight finish between me and Holly at the end. I didn't know if it was her or me, so it was quite interesting on the last lap, or the second to last lap, when Jesse, me, and Holly come out of turn 4 together. I thought she was going to get hairy going into 1, but it was good. So had a great time. I'd like to thank my sponsors, Tate's Automotive, Ackland Insurance, Miles and Pam, Town Line Variety, Total Rentals, Bobcat of Brantford, everybody that does everything, and my new crew that came and helped me tonight, because Nathan and all the rest of the boys are gone to Eldora. So big thanks to the boys that come out to help me tonight.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. How about a big round of applause for our top 3? Jacob Dykstra with his first ever feature win. Jesse Costa and Sean Evans, the veterans, make their way to the top 3 as well. We'll get ready to go with the HRW Automotive mini stock feature lined up in turn number 4. And while we're here, Jacob was also our Ackland Insurance top gun.